On Global TV News Express, All Progressives Congress of Diaspora condemns the inclusion of President Tinubu in 2024 corruption ranking. In business, federal government to support farmers with 132 billion naira. On the foreign scene, 8 killed and 15 injured in China market fire. And in sports, Super Eagles striker Umar Sadiq completes loan move to Valencia. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express, which is coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Amina Jibril. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has announced the rationing of power supply for Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC's customers in parts of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, between January 6th and January 20th. TCN's General Manager, Public Affairs, Ndidimba, made the announcement in a statement in Abuja, saying that the rationing would be due to the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA's road dualization project along the Apo axis, but assured customers that power supply would be restored as soon as the towers relocation and cable stringing were completed. She said that 8 number 132 kilovolt and 33 kilovolt towers would be relocated along the Kukwaba-Apo 132 kilovolt line, outer southern expressway route, listing the areas to be affected to include Kubwa, Karu, Maraba, Yanya, Masaka, Kefi, Kukwaba, Apo Mechanic, parts of Lugbe, Trademore Estate, Piakasa, Sabun Lugbe Chika, and Aleta Axis. Recall that the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC, had announced an impending power interruption in parts of its franchise areas between January 6th and January 21st. President Bola Tinubu has arrived at the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, for an official visit to the state. The president arrived in the aircraft Nigeria Air Force Airbus A330 and is expected to commission the Enugu International Conference Center built by Governor Peter Mba alongside other projects. The president will also commission the completed multi-auditorium and multifunctional Enugu International Conference Center, 90 completed urban roads in Enugu City, state-of-the-art command and control center, 150 patrol vehicles fitted with AI-embedded surveillance cameras, as well as some other completed rural roads. Recall that the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Group, Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, in a statement issued by the Secretary to the Enugu State Government, Professor Chidebere Onya, expressed its excitement about the visit of the President as it expressed optimism over the release of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. And the former secretary of the Committee of All Progressives Congress, APC of Diaspora Chairman Ayola Lawal, has condemned the inclusion of President Bola Tinubu in the recent global corruption ranking by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP. Lawal, the immediate past chairman of the APC in the Scandinavian countries, in a statement described the ranking as unjustified and lacking in merit. He emphasized that many of their allegations against Tinubu cited as reasons for his inclusion were historical and remained unproven, arguing further that the ranking failed to consider Tinubu's current leadership and policy initiatives, which he described as bold and focused on economic reforms. The secretary to the Ondo State Government, SSG Tayo Oluwatoyi, is dead. Oluwatoyi, who was involved in an accident on 9th December 2024 while traveling to Ibadan and has since been in comatose, was said to have died at a yet-to-be-disclosed hospital. Confirming the incident in a statement by the State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Wale Akinlosutu, the state government said Oluwatoyi passed away on Saturday. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa appointed him as the secretary to the state government, SSG, last year, January. And President Bola Tinubu has paid an official visit to the Oba of Lagos, Oba Rilwan Akiolu, at his Iga Idungaran Palace, a site rich in culture and tradition. This was contained in a statement shared on X by the president. The president praised the virtues of traditional institutions and their leaders, noting that traditional institutions play vital roles in shaping the society. President Tinubu disclosed that during the visit, they discussed the role traditional institutions play in shaping the society and how they can improve on their role as partners in governance and development, emphasizing the importance of leveraging traditional values in building a cohesive society that promotes prosperity for all citizens. And the Nigerian Army has embarked on an ambitious project to plant 1 million date palm seedlings, with the initial phase starting at its farm in Givi, Abuja. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, represented by the Chief of Special Services and Programs in the Army, Major General Henry Wesley, began the planting with 5,000 seedlings at the farm. Oluyede said the project was part of the Presidential Directive on Agriculture to boost food production in Nigeria through initiatives such as exploiting army farms and ranches. And the Kebbi State Police Command has confirmed the death of 2 police officers during a gun battle with Lakurawa bandits who invaded Fulani settlement in Natsini village along the Argungu-Kangiwa road. This was contained in a statement issued by the command's public relations officer, Nafiu Abubakar, stating that the assailant rustled an unspecified number of cows during the attack. The statement added that a team from the Police Safer Highway Patrol, upon receiving the distress report, rushed to the scene and engaged the bandits in a fierce exchange of gunfire. But the bandits were eventually forced to flee into the forest with gunshot wounds, and the police successfully recovered some of the stolen cattle. The Commissioner of Police, Kebbi State Command, Bello Sani, condemned the tragic incident and prayed for the repose of the souls of the fallen officers. Meanwhile, former Governor of Sokoto State, Atahiru Bafarawa, has alleged that notorious terrorist and bandits kingpin Bello Turji had mobilized his men and launched attacks in communities along the Zamfara-Sokoto axis, calling on the government to intervene. Reports have indicated that Turji, whose relatives were allegedly detained by security operatives for alleged terrorist act, issued a 1st January 2025 deadline for his relative to be freed. A local in the affected communities had told journalists that Turji and his men had since launched attacks on the communities, particularly those in Shinkafi local government area, causing hundreds to flee to supposedly safer locations. Recall that the Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal Dere had in an interview reiterated that his administration was not contemplating any peace pact with the terrorists and would continue to support the military, security operatives and the Askarawan Zamfara, the state security outfit, so that they restore peace and sanity in all parts of the state. The police command in Jigawa State has confirmed 9 persons dead and 4 others injured in a communal clash that occurred in the state. The police public relations officer, PPRO in the state, DSP Lawan Shisu, confirmed the incident in a statement issued to newsmen in Dutse, stating that the incident occurred at Gululu village in Miga local government area of the state. He explained that the incident occurred after residents of the village discovered that a shop in the area was broken and goods looted by unknown persons. The PPRO added that as a result, the villagers traced the suspected thieves' footsteps to a village in the neighboring Fulani community in Jahun local government area. He said that the community members were alleged to have shot the visiting villagers with bows and arrows, injuring 4 persons. Still in the news, the Nigerian Police Force, NPF, has dismissed claims circulating on social media that a deputy commissioner of police in Kaduna State was arrested for supplying firearms to bandits and kidnappers. As a lecturer at Bayes University named Adamu Garbazango alleged that a deputy commissioner of police with the Kaduna State Police Command was detained for helping bandits and kidnappers obtain firearms. The police spokesperson, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement said that the individual in the circulated image is not a serving officer and that the image has been in internet archives since 2019. According to the statement, the individual in the image is identified as Kingsley Oduya, a civilian who was detained by the Akwa Ibom State Police Command on January 2nd, 2019 for posing as an Assistant Commissioner of Police. The police spokesperson therefore noted that there is no connection between the Kaduna State Police Command and the false allegations propagated by Zango. Hence, the command condemned the spread of false information, which not only tarnishes the image of the force, but also undermines public trust and safety. A policeman whose identity was yet to be revealed has been arrested and detained after an accidentally discharged bullet from his gun hit and killed a young woman identified as Ifeoluwa Adekalu in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State. The police officer involved was reportedly on a visit to the station when his gun discharged a bullet at Okelea police station in Ado-Ekiti, killing the woman. He was said to have released the bullets while in a joyous mood over the news of promotion of one of his colleagues. In another news, Imo State Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma and his wife Chioma Uzodinma have celebrated a decade of marital bliss. The special occasion took place at the Government House Chapel in Owerri, Imo State capital, with a holy mass presided over by the auxiliary bishop of Olu Diocese. In attendance were senators, governors, and other dignitaries who came to honor the couple. Global TV Imo State correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports from Owerri.
It was a moment of joy and thanksgiving as the governor and his wife celebrate the occasion in an atmosphere of love and gratitude. In his sermon, the bishop emphasized the importance of love, unity, and faith in sustaining a successful marriage.
But if I have a child, I tell him that child, you are bad, you are bad, you are bad. Then he sees, okay, since mom says I'm bad, let me be bad. About that child. If you tell that child, you are going to do well, you do well, you do well, you do well, then that will spur him or her up to do something better. We can change our story about our people.
Governor Uzodinma expressed gratitude to God for the gift of his wife and the journey of their union, thanking the guests for their presence and support.
Marriage is not easy. The Bible telling us, wife, respect your husband. Husband, love your wife. It's very easy to say, but it's not very easy to keep. But in my own, today, my wife can testify. I've done my best to keep to this biblical.
Lagos State Governor Senator Adams Oshiomhole spoke on behalf of the governors and senators present at the event.
I can clearly see that it's been a happy journey, a one that truly God has blessed, God has endowed, and we're grateful that we're witnessing, or we have witnessed today's event.
I think Governor Hope, NNPC need people like you as maintenance officers so that their turnaround maintenance will not be on and off. You will be sustained, continuous, and renewed. Because anybody who saw you in the church, and even now, Madam, my brother did try.
The celebration was marked by the cutting of the anniversary wedding cake, music from different artists, and other performances that graced the couple's exemplary marital life.
Can I have O?
O.
A V?
V.
And E?
Governor Uzodinma's 10th wedding anniversary serves as a testament to the enduring power of love and unity. As families, friends, and well-wishers celebrate this milestone with them, it also highlights the importance of strong family values in leadership. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
And former President Olusegun Obasanjo has faulted the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL, over the recent invitation extended to him to tour both Port Harcourt and Warri refineries, describing it as disrespectful. Reacting to the invitation through his media raid, Kehinde Akinyemi, Obasanjo said such an open invitation was disrespectful to his office in person, noting that the oil company had not sent any formal invitation to him as of January 2nd, 2025. The NNPCL, following an interview during which the ex-president recounted failed efforts to privatize oil plants in the country, had through its spokesperson Olufemi Shonaye invited the former president for a tour of the Port Harcourt and Warri refineries. In response, the NNPCL spokesperson Shonaye insisted that the refineries were working, explaining that the NNPCL had not only carried out turnaround maintenance on the plants but also embarked on a complete overhaul of the refineries to meet world-class standards. You're watching the live broadcast of News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When the news returns, Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum subsidizes petrol at 600 naira per litre for farmers. Details of that report, as well as foreign and sports stories, will be coming right after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the news, and now on business news. The federal government has allocated 132 billion naira to support farmers and farming activities in the year 2025. This allocation, disclosed in the 2025 appropriation bill, forms part of a broader plan under the National Agricultural Development Fund (NADF), which is aimed at tackling poverty, low productivity and limited access to resources which have long hindered agricultural growth in Nigeria. The NADF, signed by former President Muhammadu Buhari in October 2022, is established to drive agricultural development and serves as a critical vehicle for financial support and policy implementation. And Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has announced that the state government will subsidize the cost of petrol to farmers and communities affected by insurgency. Zulum announced the subsidy in Bama town when he flagged off the distribution of farm inputs to over 5,000 farmers hitherto displaced by the insurgents. According to the governor, a litre of petrol sold between 1,000 naira and 1,200 naira in Maiduguri will be subsidized to the farmers at 600 naira per litre. He said the gesture was aimed at alleviating the financial burdens faced by farmers in communities that have suffered economic and infrastructural destruction due to years of violence. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has again clarified that the 1,000 staff members who opted out of service in December 2024 were not forced to quit their jobs. The CBN Governor, Olayemi Cardoso, stated this in Abuja at an investigative hearing of the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee probing the circumstances leading to the exit of the staff members and how the sum of 50 billion naira severance package for the affected persons was arrived at. Cardoso, represented by Deputy Director of Corporate Service of the CBN, Bala Bello, added that the affected persons opted to disengage through the voluntary early exit program with payment of full benefits. On the foreign scene, local authorities have reported a fire at a vegetable market in North China, killing 8 people and injuring 15. Zayozi District People's Government said after the blaze in Zhangjiakou City, northwest of Beijing, the injured have been sent to hospital for treatment and are currently not in life-threatening danger. The district government added that the fire at the Lingao market broke out at 8:40 a.m., which is 12:40 GMT, and was extinguished after 10 a.m., although the cause of the blaze is under investigation. Russia has announced that its air defense systems intercepted 8 United States-supplied Army tactical missile systems and 72 drones. These missiles, known for their 300-kilometer range, were authorized for Ukrainian use by the outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden last year, a decision the Kremlin described as a significant escalation. The Russian Defense Ministry also reported capturing the village of Nadia in Ukraine's eastern Luhansk region, one of the few remaining areas under Kyiv's control in that region. Also in the news, United States President Joe Biden will award the Presidential Medal of Freedom to 19 honorees, bestowing the highest civilian honor in the United States to entertainers, sports stars, politicians, and diplomats. The White House said in a statement that among those to receive the honor from the outgoing U.S. president are singer and activist Bono, basketball legend Evan Magic Johnson, longtime fashion editor Anna Wintour, football superstar Lionel Messi, actors Denzel Washington and Michael J. Fox, and fashion designer Ralph Lauren, among others. From that, now we move to the world of sports, where Nigeria's Kasim Abdulsalam has been selected by the Confederation of African Football, CAF, as one of the center referees expected to officiate at the 2024 African Nations Championship CHAN, a biennial continental tournament meant solely for African players plying their trade in their country's various local national leagues. Abdulsalam was the only Nigerian referee listed in the 65-man roster of officials released by CAF on its website. The tournament, the 8th in the series, is scheduled to hold in 3 countries, Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, from February 1st to February 28th, and will be the first edition co-hosted by 3 different countries. Paris 2024 Olympics 400 meters finalist Samuel Ogazi has been added to the World Athletics Testing Pool following the latest update by the Athletics Integrity Unit, AIU. The 18-year-old Ogazi distinguished himself at the Paris Olympics, running inside 45 seconds twice to reach the final on his first attempt at the greatest sporting fiesta in the world. Ogazi, who is the reigning African under-18 200 meters and 400 meters champions, thus proved himself as one of the athletes at the highest level of the sport of track and field, and is now one of the 9 Nigerian athletes who are considered to be at the highest level of athletics. The 9 Nigerian athletes on the registered international testing pool are thus required to provide whereabouts information to the AIU, and the information will be used by anti-doping organizations, ADOs, to locate athletes for effective out-of-competition doping control. Super Eagles striker Umar Sadiq has completed his move to Valencia, joining from Real Sociedad on a half-season loan deal. Valencia confirmed the loan signing of Sadiq in a statement on their official website and social media platforms. As it announced, Valencia CF has reached an agreement with Real Sociedad for the signing of Sadiq Umar until June 30th, 2025. Sadiq joins Lustre on a temporary basis, but prior to his time at Sociedad, he spent 3 seasons at UD Almeria, where he scored 43 goals and provided 13 assists in 84 games in all competitions. And now to end Global TV News Express, here is a recap of our top stories. You heard that the All Progressives Congress of Diaspora have condemned the inclusion of President Bola Tinubu in the 2024 corruption ranking. In business news, we told you the federal government is to support farmers with 132 billion naira. From the foreign scene, you had 8 persons have been killed and 15 others injured in China market fire. And in the world of sports, you heard Super Eagles striker Umar Sadiq has completed loan move to Valencia. That's a wrap on Global TV's News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and on Star Times channel 276, as well as free-to-air on Nightcomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Amina Jibril. Thank you for watching and have a good evening.